Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play NBA 2K18. Und wenn ihr die letzte Folge bis zum Schluss angeschaut habt, dann wisst ihr, es gibt ab sofort auch ein Giveaway. Wenn ihr dieses Video jetzt seht, könnt ihr natürlich für dieses Spiel, was in diesem Video kommt, nicht mehr tippen. Aber ihr könnt schon fürs nächste Spiel, also für das Morgen tippen. Nochmal ganz kurz die Regeln. Wenn ihr auf den richtigen Sieger tippt, also entweder wir, die LA Clippers, oder unser Gegner, dann bekommt ihr einen Punkt. Wenn ihr richtig vorhersagt, dass es Verlängerung gibt, dann bekommt ihr 2 Punkte. Und wenn ihr noch richtig vorhersagt, dass es eine Verlängerung gibt und dann noch in der Verlängerung den richtigen Sieger vorhersagen könnt, dann bekommt ihr 3 Punkte. Die werden gesammelt in einer Excel-Tabelle, die ihr immer einsehen könnt. Ist verlinkt in der Videobeschreibung. Und wenn dann unsere Serie hier sich dem Ende neigt, nach der letzten Folge, dann bekommt der Erste auf jeden Fall einmal NBA 2K19 von uns geschenkt. Und vielleicht sogar auch noch der Zweite. Das sind wir noch nicht ganz einig, ob wir noch eine zweite Version verschenken. Natürlich bekommt ihr das Spiel erst dann, wenn es auch wirklich vorbestellbar ist. Nur ihr bekommt dann von uns einen Gutschein, dass sobald es vorbestellbar ist, ihr es euch vorbestellen könnt, beziehungsweise von uns dann den Key bekommt. Also fleißig mitmachen und das ist natürlich ein Gewinnspiel, was nur für Abonnenten gilt. Ne? Das muss ich jetzt auch nochmal dazu sagen. Also abonniert uns auch fleißig. So, das letzte Spiel, das war ja wirklich ein absoluter Krimi. Hoffen wir mal, dass es heute ein bisschen leichter wird, dass wir gewinnen. Das hoffe ich natürlich immer. Ich weiß es natürlich noch nicht. Das werden wir dann nachher sehen. Und wenn euch NBA 2K18 gefällt, dann schaut mal in die Videobeschreibung. Da gibt es einen Link zu Gameladen, unserem Partner. Und da könnt ihr das besonders günstig kaufen. Außerdem findet ihr dort auch noch einen Link zu unserer NBA 2K17 Playlist. Da könnt ihr euch die Folgen von letztem Jahr nochmal alle anschauen. Und ja, jetzt würde ich sagen, rein geht's ins nächste Spiel. Wir hören uns zur Halbzeitanalyse wieder. Ich wünsche euch viel Spaß beim Spiel und beim Tippen und wünsche euch natürlich auch viel Glück, dass ihr bei euren Tipps richtig liegt.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome, NBA fans. Ernie Johnson here with you again, and we've got Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, and we're all amped up for this early season game. And Oklahoma City is where we'll be going just moments from now, as the Thunder will be going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. Well, for the Clippers, they've won 7 of their first 10 games, and you figure they've got to be pretty happy about that. No matter what the talent level is, you're never sure how a team is going to handle those first few weeks. But they've been solid. And this evening's matchup, I guess we don't expect a lot of scoring. Got 2 lockdown defenses here. Kenny, what makes these 2 teams so difficult to score against?
Oh, aggressive mindset and taking care of the defensive boards.
Well, you also got to have great athletes and a willingness to help each other.
That's good. I almost said that. I
know you did, and I almost said what you said.
No doubt.
That's going to wrap it up from here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later on.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hostile Pride out there tonight. Want these earphones? Nah, I'm good, man. Suit yourself.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the home of the Thunder. We're broadcasting from the Chesapeake Energy Arena. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Doris Burke. And we've got David Aldridge on the sideline. Thrilled to be back in Oklahoma City. The Thunder ready for that home court advantage. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
And you know, for the Thunder, and you have to love the way this team is playing. No one was really talking about them at the beginning of the year. Now they're one of the hottest teams in the league.
Well, Greg, we're talking about them now, right? This terrific start certainly has the attention of the rest of the league.
And the Clippers starting five. The heart of the team at the 4 and the 5. Griffin and Jordan. Beverly and Williams are the 1 and the 2. And it's Gallinari in at the small forward position. In what should be an exciting game to watch, two of the most athletic teams in the league. Doris, what are the keys in this one?
Well, you'd think it would be about the pace, but to me, when there's this level of athletic ability, it's about the execution and patience on offense, and certainly you've got to sprint back in transition defense.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is Greg when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure. And one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
The first one falls.
And no longer a guy you're okay to foul. Griffin's made steady improvement at the free throw line.
And he can't hit the second. And you look at the Clippers post Chris Paul. The team is still in a position to compete.
I think they had to fill in gaps when players left, but I really like the job they've done overall. I mean, they have good inside and outside presence. Not the same, but they aren't in a horrible spot.
And here is Jordan following Russell Westbrook's 3. The shot by Williams, no good. And they're running. George, that's a 2-pointer. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
But you love how Paul George gets his feet under him first on these catch and shoot. His pre-shot routine is so important.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
You know, he was also one of their key contributors on the glass. His effort was terrific. Boy, what a nice carom there, guys. He can really use that size and length to his advantage.
Williams passes to Griffin. And Adams sends it back.
And the defense of Steven Adams is so important to this team. They depend on him to be a rim protector now.
The shot's good.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Greg, the defense better start to disrupt his rhythm, or it's going to be an awfully long night for them.
Williams. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
And when things started to go wrong for them in that game, boy, did they ever go wrong. They just could never get back on track in that game.
Stretches where they strung some good plays together, but then long stretches where nothing worked, no consistency.
Now here's Beverly. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio. Out to Gallinari. Jordan the screen, just 5 to shoot. Pulls it from the elbow. A nice shot by Gallinari. Gallinari's got his first bucket of the night.
Working the in-between area, the kind of look that can get you into a rhythm early.
Yeah, the defense better take notice because you can't let guys get comfy shooting from their spots.
Now, here is Gallinari. Following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Pulls it up. Williams with another miss. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And George kicks to Westbrook. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with the new 24-second shot clock. Good work there as it goes.
I love that Cantor will pursue rebounds out of his area. This guy's such a powerful player who's willing to exert his will.
Now here's Williams. quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. You look at the success that Coach Billy Donovan has had both at the college level at Florida and his first few years in the NBA at Oklahoma City. Doris, he very much feels at home in playoff and pressure situations.
Well, certainly Billy D has a lot of experience managing a team in a postseason setting. This is a guy who always tinkers during the regular season to find different angles to help his guys. Billy Donovan, one of those guys increasingly who you don't want to see in a 7-game series.
And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 7 points for Blake Griffin.
Well, you can see he's feeling it right now. Shots dropping from all over the place this quarter.
Adams sets the pick for Westbrook. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Jordan's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Gallinari kicks to Griffin. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
It was all about his athleticism when Griffin first came into the league, but it didn't take long to see he was about a lot more than that. He's got serious skills down low.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. George dishes to Adams. Back to George. Over Gallinari. And it's George missing.
Well, I'll tell you, he has plenty of space, but it looked like a little bit of a hitch in that release.
It's a tie game in Oklahoma City. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
And you jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around he seems to improve his game every year.
Now we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
They've got Grant. Doug McDermott is out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Felton, and it's Abrinas in its shooting guard. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second. And here is Felton, following the 3 from Austin Rivers. Screen by Adams. McDermott for 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. McDermott's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And you watch the Thunder play, and they are just so physical with teams. They will bump you inside and outside and do everything they can do to let you know they are going to lock things down.
Well, look up and down the roster, Kevin, and you're going to see very physical players. Steven Adams and Russell Westbrook set the tone. But you can't expect to play the Thunder and not be needing a little ice bath after the game.
Here's Abrinas. 14 points from him the last game against Denver. Over Reed. That one off the back iron and out. And Los Angeles guys shooting 43% for the game. And that one, good. Decker's got his first basket.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Launches it. No good from Grant. The Clippers in the lead. Decker with it. Now defended by Grant. Decker gets the bucket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, we know the Clippers are one of the best teams in the league, but are they good enough to win it all? Coach Doc Rivers talked about overcoming the super teams they face. He said the big 3 in Boston, put them together, bam, we won. We had Miami, Golden State, but there are teams that still poke through. Dallas did it, and that's what we're trying to do. Kevin?
And with Doc in control, the Clippers, DA, they'll always be in contention for a title. Thanks so much for that terrific report. Outside, Felton. He feeds it to McDermott. Adams sets the pick for McDermott. Dishes it to Grant. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. Pandora's early returns in the season so far. Some teams already separating themselves as championship contenders. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Is it too early for them to start thinking about home court advantage right now?
You know, this is a fascinating thing in the NBA because there is some current analytics that suggest that home court advantage is not playing the part it once did in NBA success.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would say to you this, somebody who, like LeBron James, has proven consistently he can win a game or two on the road in the playoffs to go ahead and negate that home court advantage. For somebody who is in championship contending position consistently, home court is not part of their long-term thinking.
Cantor, he's checked in for Steven Adams. Wells, he's checked in for the Clippers. DJ comes in for Teodosic.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Shoots from the block. And it's Reed pulling it down. Clippers leading by 7. Decker kicks to DJ. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And we know that DJ, of course, getting his nickname from his work behind the turntables. Although, Greg, he's rededicated himself to basketball as he still does have a huge interest in creating his own music.
Yeah, and as much as DJ loves DJing, he's going to have to find a balance between it and making it in the NBA. Hard enough to be successful at one passion, much less two.
A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Oklahoma City.
And the one shot they've stayed away from tonight has been that long three. They've been a little more consistent with their shot selection, not launching as many deep threes.
The first free throw is good.
And really, the past few seasons, the Thunder have just been a dominant team on the glass. They do a great job of limiting second chance points, and they get a lot of extra possessions with their own offensive rebounding.
George is checked in for the Thunder. Russell Westbrook comes in for Alex Abrinas. And then for Los Angeles, Jordan, he's checked in for Willie Reed. Blake Griffin comes in for Harrell. And it's Gallinari in for Decker. Damon Felton hits them both. You look over the roster of the Thunder, and it's easy to see why they're such a great rebounding team. 1 through 5 can come up with 10 boards on any given night.
And those rebounding totals usually translate to wins for this team. Very rarely do they lose a game when they're having their way on the glass. The goal at the end of the night is to play the bully in and around that painted area.
The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Roberson, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Griffin hits them both.
And the Clippers are known as a high wire act, and rightfully so with their stars. This team is also one that can at times lock it down defensively. I don't think they get enough credit for what they do on that side of the ball.
Now here's DJ. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. The feed to Robertson from past the arc. Oklahoma City gets it back. Cantor. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
DJ passes to Wells. Jordan dishes to Gallinari. There's the pass to DJ. Back to Griffin. Shoots over Grant. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. The Clippers not a team known for their defense, but quite often the last few years, it's been the deciding factor for them in games.
Yeah, I think it starts with the pressure they place on ball handlers. They can throw double teams or pick up far out from the hoop. They've got shot blocking inside to erase mistakes as well.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Puts it up off the inbound. Thunder with the rebound. Panthers got rebound number 5 here tonight. George against Gallinari. Wells with the steal. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
And you can't end the period any better than that.
Well, you call that a perfect closeout. You love the aggressiveness on the offensive end leading to that final shot.
And so it's Los Angeles going into the break with a 10-point lead. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside.
Ja, zu David Aldridge geht gleich. Wir sind kurz in der Halbzeitanalyse und alle, die bei diesem Spiel jetzt auf Sieg getippt haben, die liegen da schon, glaube ich, relativ nah dran. Also schon eine relativ deutliche Führung für die Clippers, also für uns, mit 10 Punkten Führung über meine Leistung. Naja, also 2 Punkte, mehr nicht. Das ist jetzt nicht ganz so viel. Ich hoffe, dass ich in der zweiten Halbzeit nochmal eine Chance bekomme. Aber ich denke, ein Sieg sollte hier auf jeden Fall drin sein, wenn wir so weiterspielen. Vor allem das zweite Viertel war überragend gespielt. Im ersten Viertel war es ja noch eine Punkteteilung und im zweiten Viertel einfach überragend 10 Punkte Vorsprung rausgespielt. Aber jetzt will ich gar nicht weiterreden. Ich gebe ab an die Seitenlinie zu David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. High-scoring half, Blake. What broke this game open?
It starts on defense. Our defense did a good job of getting stops, getting rebounds, getting out the open floor, and got some easy buckets, and then shots start to fall.
Looked good in the first half, Blake. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Second half just about to get going here. Blake Griffin really making a difference here.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
You know, I think, Greg, they never settled for the first look. It was always about, let's get the best shot possible. Really good judgment on the offensive end.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Gallinari, the 3 with Griffin at the 4. Everly and Williams are the 1 and the 2. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Clippers leading by 10. Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
The Clippers have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
That's good from Blake Griffin. Doors, every team now is looking for bigs who can rebound, block shots, defend in the perimeter, and hit the face-up jump shot, which we've seen. But now they're moving outside. That's asking a lot of the versatility from that one position. So when you think of that, who fits the bill in your mind?
Well, the guy who was eye-popping in limited action was Mr. Joel Embiid. What a great personality and a diverse skill set on the offensive end. Anthony Davis and Karl Anthony Towns, both from the University of Kentucky, have the kind of skill set that I think makes them the prototypical next generation NBA player. Those guys can step away, make three-point opportunities. Both can face up, put it on the deck, and go in either direction. Both can go with their back to the basket. I mean, what a luxury for those coaches to have a big man with those capabilities.
It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Griffin's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
You can tell they've got their foot on the gas pedal right now. No slowing down. The defense starting to look helpless.
And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard.
Gentlemen,
he provides that instant offense off the bench. A great array of post moves to pick from.
The first one falls.
Well, Enes Kanter continues to prove his worth, guys. An outstanding player on the offensive end.
He hits both from the stripe.
It's so fascinating to look back on Thunder history because three current players who are dominating the league were together on the Oklahoma City Thunder: Harden, Durant, and Westbrook. In retrospect, the talent level on that team was unreal.
Here's Roberson. Following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Here's Kanter. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Kev, that is the strength of Enes Kanter on display. This guy is so good at staying with his shot, even when there's bodies around him.
And going back to the Thunder teams with the big three of Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, endures some bad luck with the Thunder during those seasons.
Well, first and foremost, they ran into a great Miami team in the NBA Finals. Then after Harden left, injuries to both Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook hampered their opportunities. Still, you think back, and if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you can marvel at the collection of talent you once had.
That's good from Kanter. Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And sometimes in that hostile environment, it is hard to stay true to who you are. But give them credit, they did, especially on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, a testament to how level-headed this group is. Nice job executing on the offensive end of the floor.
Now here's McDermott. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Aprinas' shot is off.
Not how they hope to start the second half, missing 4 of their first 5 here.
Basket, good. Rivers has got 5 now.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Felton picks to Aprinas. There's a screen by Kanter. Kanter with a screen on Griffin. Here's Aprinas, defended by Griffin. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Adams, goes back up, and it's blocked. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Rivers can't get it to go. Thunder trailing by 13. Here's Felton. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Passes it to Adams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Adams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
Amazing recognition by Felton. Sees the wide open man, sends it on time and on target.
And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Here's Griffin. A second chance effort. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Felton the pass to McDermott. Adams in the high post. Pass to Aprinas. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Kanter with a screen on Beverly. Adams right side. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Adams has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Thunder.
Well, obviously, the biggest impact Steven Adams has for this team is his ability to be a defensive force in the middle. This guy carves up space, takes away any would-be penetrators, solid rim protection, just an unbelievable guy on the interior. Yeah, I like that decision there. Didn't try to do too much, just kicked it out for the open jumper.
Felton dishes to McDermott. Down low. Tries again. Adams. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Well, that's just stellar interior defense. You can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Felton kicks to Cantor. Out to the right wing. The dish now to McDermott. Cantor sets the pick for McDermott. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Aprinas. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Los Angeles leading by 15. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Now Beverly. He dishes it to Griffin. Shoots over Cantor. Second shot opportunity. And it's Harrell missing. Here's Aprinas. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beverly. George, that's a two-pointer. Off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll return shortly. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
We got to now start to anchor down defensively right now. Trust each other and trust the load. It's not just one-on-one defense, it's together.
A little help from your friends. This is what Billy wants. He wants a lot of communication, wants teamwork. And guys, we're talking during that break to think his team is listening.
Well, you know, you also have to credit the other team. I always say, you know, they get checks on the 1st and 15th also. I mean, the offensive play calling is having an effect, and let's just see how they respond.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Westbrook and Robertson are the backcourt pair. Paul George is out there with Grant. And it's Adams in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Of course, you've been a color analyst for both men's basketball, women's basketball. Stylistically, what's the difference, in your opinion, between the two, if anything?
Well, I think there are a number of differences. The primary one being athleticism is slowly starting to take shape and more dictate the outcome of success in women's basketball. Whereas athleticism has always been a part of dictating the outcome of games. The above-the-rim aspect of the NBA versus, for the most part, the below-the-rim aspect of the WNBA. That would be the primary difference for me.
But the fundamentals, too, sometimes stand out. The women's game, I think, really, you can see fundamentals so strongly.
You can, Kevin, and I think what helped the women's game tremendously was, especially in the WNBA, you had NBA coaches transition to roles in the WNBA, the Bill Lambiers, the Mike Tebow, so they taught that group how to be pros, how to win on that level.
Excellent point. Free throw good, Jordan.
And this spot has always been Jordan's biggest drawback. He's never been able to make his free throws at even a modest rate, and teams are never afraid to put him on the line.
And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, you knew the Clippers would be hit hard in free agency, losing both Paul and Reddick. It kind of changes the outlook of the team, but still, I think they're going to be solid and one that I expect to make the postseason, but I don't think that we can label them as a contender.
Outside Westbrook, all alone. But they'll get another chance. A second chance effort, and again, Paul George. George has got 4 this quarter.
Well, there's no quit in Paul George's game. Sticking with the possession, rewarded because of his hustle.
Williams passes to Griffin. Shoots over Grant. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Roberson. He's guarded by Williams. George dishes to Roberson. And it's off from three-point range. And Greg with the moves. The era of Lob City, it looks like it's officially over.
Yeah, it was a fun run, but the team just, one couldn't stay healthy, and they had some bad luck, let's face it, in the postseason. Entertaining group to watch, no doubt about it, but now we start the new era in Clipperland.
Drills the three-pointer. And it's 9 points for Russell Westbrook.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
It took a shift in strategy, but it seems like they figured it out. Let's see if they can extend this run all the way to the finish.
Now here's Griffin. Back to Williams. Clock at 6. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Well, I love how personal this thing is getting. If you drain a 3 on me, anything you can do, I can do better.
Roberson trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Los Angeles has gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Williams kicks to Griffin. Back to Williams. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. Off the pick. Nice jump shot. Good. And it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Right. The effort could have been so much better. You've got to be willing to fight through that screen. There's no question about it. You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Los Angeles.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Blake Griffin.
Boy, what a tremendous display of offensive firepower. It mattered not the size, the type of defender they put on him. He made easy work of it.
And finally finding a rhythm, but unfortunately a little too late.
Well, you wonder if they can use the momentum they've built here into the next game, because this one looks over.
And the dunk by Roberson.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he'd read the play.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can...
Also, alle, die auf einen Sieg der Clippers getippt haben, bekommen jetzt einen Punkt. Auch wenn man sagen muss, dass die City Thunders gerade im letzten Viertel nochmal deutlich stärker geworden sind. Das kann man jetzt leider nicht unter den Tisch kehren. Ne? Also da sind sie stärker geworden. Mein Spiel, es ging so 2 Punkte halt.
I see you use that move I taught you. Yeah, I'll give you that. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, good job, son.
Und an alle, die heute keine Punkte bekommen haben, macht nichts. Einfach weiter tippen. Ihr könnt jetzt ja schon für das Video morgen tippen. Nochmal zur Erinnerung, wenn ihr auf den richtigen Sieger tippt, also entweder die LA Clippers, also beziehungsweise wenn ihr auf Sieg von den LA Clippers tippt und die LA Clippers gewinnen, kriegt ihr 1 Punkt. Wenn ihr auf eine Niederlage tippt und der Gegner der LA Lakers gewinnt, bekommt ihr auch 1 Punkt. Wenn ihr auf Verlängerung tippt und es tritt eine Verlängerung ein, bekommt ihr 2 Punkte. Und wenn ihr auf Verlängerung tippt und noch den Sieger voraussagen könnt, dann gibt es sogar 3 Punkte. In der Videobeschreibung findet ihr einmal den Link zur Excel-Tabelle mit allen Teilnehmern. Da könnt ihr gucken, wie der Stand der Dinge ist. Also auch wenn ihr jetzt erst einsteigt, habt ihr immer noch eine Chance. Es sind noch sehr, sehr viele Spieltage. Ich denke, das Gewinnspiel wird so bis um Weihnachten rumlaufen. Also so lange wird die Serie auf jeden Fall. Wenn ich jetzt gucke, die NBA 2K17 Serie, die hatte 105 Folgen. Da sind wir noch ganz schön weit von entfernt. Also da ist noch lange, lange nichts entschieden bei diesem Tippspiel. Also macht mit. Es gibt, wie gesagt, am Ende dann zu gewinnen mindestens einen Key für den Nachfolger NBA 2K19, sobald der verfügbar ist. Wenn euch dieses Video gefallen hat, dann lasst einen Daumen hoch da. Ihr dürft auch sehr, sehr gerne kommentieren. Und wenn ihr es noch nicht abonniert habt, dann abonniert uns doch einfach. Vergesst nicht, die kleine Glocke zu klicken neben dem Abonnieren-Button, dann bekommt ihr alles mit auf dem Kanal. Und denkt dran, Teilnehmer am Gewinnspiel können nur unsere Abonnenten. Ja? Also nur die zählen rein und von daher ist es vielleicht gar nicht so schlecht zu abonnieren. Wenn euch NBA 2K18 gefällt, dann schaut mal in die Videobeschreibung, da gibt es einen Link, wo ihr das Spiel besonders günstig kaufen könnt. Außerdem gibt es in der Videobeschreibung auch noch einen Link zur Playlist zu NBA 2K17, da könnt ihr die beiden Spiele mal direkt vergleichen. Und im Abspann könnt ihr jetzt auf die linke Seite des Bildschirms klicken für Tipps aus dem Kanal, auf die rechte Seite des Bildschirms für nochmal alle Folgen NBA 2K18 und in der Mitte, da könnt ihr uns abonnieren. Jetzt habe ich genug geschwafelt. Tschüss, macht's gut, bis morgen.